And so they say touching iron is grounds for divorce. So who's joking about that? Let's just say I'm single right now. All right. Hi there. Welcome, everybody, to a long-running YouTube tradition that we call Cast Iron Wednesday here on YouTube. A lot of cooking channels have been doing a cast iron video on Wednesday. I mean, obviously, that's why they call it Cast Iron Wednesday. But yes, it's something that a lot of channels have had a lot of fun doing. And every Wednesday, it seems like we've got more channels joining in. And thank you to everybody who's enjoying them. Thank you especially to everybody who's been kind enough to visit this channel here, Cast Iron Chaos, where I have been doing these cast iron videos on Wednesday nights now for almost 3 years. Somehow I've managed to survive it. But we'll see what happens tonight. So yes, again, we do a cooking video or sometimes a video about talking or cleaning cast iron like we did last week. But tonight we're definitely going to be doing some cooking because, hey, summer is here once again. Today is, of course, the solstice, the first day of summer. It's the longest day of the year. And it's still bright out, in fact, as I start this at 8 o'clock in the evening, as you can see. So I definitely hope we can enjoy this for as long as I can. And thank you for everybody who has been kind enough to stop by. So hello to the folks I've seen and the folks who I haven't seen before. Hello to Rick Stumbow and Mike Washburn and Kimberly Miller, Mercy B, Cynthia Wesley, and hello, Cast Iron Fanatic. Yes, well, I'm glad you're looking forward to it. So am I, actually, because I'm doing something I haven't done before in this kitchen. As the title for this video mentions, I have been, yeah, I am going to be doing some chicken tonight. And I was debating whether I would do that oven barbecue method, where you simply roast your chicken in the oven and get a great barbecue chicken that way, thanks to the cast iron. Or we could try something a little different, which is what I like doing. And that means we will bring this down and take a look here at a grill top here from a Lodge from the Lodge Sportsman deep fryer. In fact, the deep fryer, of course, is known as the one that was originally made by Birmingham Stove and Range. It was part of the Sportsman grill. They had a shallow fish fryer and a deep fish fryer, and they also had a cover for it. And I happen to be lucky enough to have the cover that has a grill bottom on it. This thing, as you can see, is smoking hot, so unfortunately I can't pick this up and show you the bottom, but you may have seen before, and there are photos on my channel as well. This is the one with the duck design on it. So yeah, it is definitely hot, all right, because we are going to be hitting the grill with some chicken. So yes, that's the yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you like the barbecue chicken, Jimmy. And yeah, I like it as well. So I mean, we might even do that maybe in a couple of weeks or so. But right now, yeah, I figured I'd do a little bit of grilling. And since I haven't had the opportunity to grill outdoors yet, I might as well take what we have and do some indoors. Well, I hope the chaos is not the bad kind. Val, but that's, I guess, what we are going to find out. Smoke alarm disabled? Well, of course, if I were to say that, then you know, that might be a violation of some kind. But no, I mean, I'm absolutely going to say no. Of course, I did not disable my smoke detector for tonight. So, so we will just see what happens. Meanwhile, of course, it's time to introduce ourselves to some chicken. And in fact, I've got 2 bags of this that have been marinating for most of the day. And like I said in the title of this video, it's a recipe that I think some people have tried, maybe some people have not. This is actually my first time trying it myself, and that is Cornell chicken. This, of course, is one of those recipes that's become something of a legend in itself, in that when it was introduced in the U.S. back in the early mid 20th century or so, it was one of those things that really took the country by storm. And at least according to some people, it apparently changed the way we made chicken. Although I find that a little hard to believe because, yeah, no, it's not like, I mean, when have we not been making chicken here? Pretty much for the entire of civilization, all around the world, Europe and America and all that. Of course, we've been making chicken. But nonetheless, this has been, of course, a really, really popular recipe. It was introduced, in fact, by a professor at Cornell University here in New York. And some folks may know the history of Cornell chicken, but I suppose rather than just talk about it, let's get down to it. I mean, after all, we've got some smoking hot iron here, and let's get this started. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? Which means we get to start out by creating ourselves a lot of smoke here. And it would even help if I could get the bag open. There we go. All right. Well, I might as well do it the hard way and get started here. So we start with 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm loving the smell of this already. And 4. All right. We're definitely off to a start here, although I have to wash my hands now. Yeah. But what can I say? Yeah, this chicken has been marinating all day, and I found this to be an interesting recipe. And quite frankly, I'm kind of upset with myself for not having tried this recipe before. Because what can I say? When I saw this recipe, and the first thing it mentions is using 2 cups of apple cider vinegar as part of the marinade. Well, I'm thinking, okay, you had me with vinegar. I mean, sheesh, I've had this vinegar fetish my entire life. Why have I not considered using this recipe before? But yeah, the recipe itself, and I do have a link to it on my website, not on my website, right here on the description of this video, in fact, for Cornell chicken. It's a very, very simple recipe. It was developed by Dr. Robert Baker, who is apparently he is as well known in the history of chicken as George Washington Carver was in the history of peanuts. He did a lot of things to that resulted in the modern foods that we eat today, including apparently this guy was actually the inventor of chicken nuggets. So, among other things, yes, he apparently actually was the one to popularize chicken nuggets. I understand there is a legend that it was McDonald's who invented chicken nuggets, and that is in fact not true. Although, of course, McDonald's would gladly like that people to think that. Yeah, for a good vinegar marinade, you need Chevettas or the speedy chicken marinade they have here in Binghamton, for that matter. So, but yeah, I mean, this recipe is really no more than 2 cups of vinegar, 1 cup vegetable oil. In my case, I use canola oil because I had it. Um, and then from there, you just throw in as well so, about 3 tablespoons of salt, about a teaspoon of black pepper. I think there's something else, I forget what, and about a tablespoon of poultry seasoning. And here's where you can get creative. You know, poultry seasoning means pretty much whatever you want. In my case, I have a couple of rubs that were sent to me a while ago by a YouTube friend of mine who calls himself the Root Boy Cooks. And so into this, I mixed in Root Boy Rub number 2, chicken and pork rub. And so that's what we've got here. I mean, this recipe, this thing took about 5 minutes to make, if that. Oh, yeah, well, here's a start for you. And, okay, I like that one. Mm. Took about 5 minutes to make, and again, this chicken has been marinating all day. In fact, I'll put it this way, in the fridge. And you, of course, you're supposed to marinate it in bags. So, wow, that's what we do here. You're also supposed to get rid of the marinade, but I don't know if I should yet. However, here's the part where we start having some fun. Here is, yeah, we reserved some of the marinade because this is, in fact, our basting sauce. Some people say that this thing is similar to Alabama white sauce. And you know, that is yet another thing I have yet to try, Alabama white sauce. which I guess will be a subject for a future video. Tonight, though, we are doing it according to Cornell University. The history of this thing, it's amusing. I mean, the guy, as I said, apparently the guy wanted to promote the use of chicken because he wanted to help local farmers, increase their sales of chicken and the like. And that is really good for him because otherwise it really wouldn't make sense why a university professor would go so much to promote the sales of chicken. Well, other than it was something that he was very much interested in, because again, he had done all of this stuff with chicken. And yeah, the chickens are huge. Yeah, well, these are just your typical chicken size that I bought at Price Chopper. I mean, I am not ashamed to admit that. I eat this chicken all the time, and I will not stop eating this chicken. It's cheap, it's big, as you can see, and it is very, very tasty. So I am not interested in getting arguments over free range chicken versus typical store bought chicken. All I'm saying is that just that this is good, big, tasty chicken, and that's about all I'm going to say about that. What are we making chicken nuggets in Alabama white sauce made with a Climax meat grinder? Oh, yeah, or when, I guess. Yeah, that all sounds pretty good if you ask me. Yeah, I am definitely going to have to try Alabama white sauce at some point in soon. If you're from the South, well, that's just it. I'm not from the South. Hell, I mean, I'm from the North here, and yet this is my first time trying this Cornell chicken recipe. Although I could say from the smell of it, it is not going to be the last time I try this. Man, yeah, nice grill marks. Yeah, once again, this is the Lodge grill cover to the Sportsman deep fryer, which unfortunately they discontinued back around 2002 or so. Although I do know that Lodge, of course, they still make grill pans, and now they've got a couple of other things. I mean, granted, they're still producing the Sportsman grill, as well as their other kinds of grills now. Their kickoff grill, their cook it all, not to mention their regular griddle with a grill on the other side. I actually don't have a flat griddle, a long flat griddle, I should say, largely because I really have not had much of a need for it. I mean, after all, on one hand, whenever I've needed things like a long griddle, I've just turned to the BSR fish fryer, which is currently sitting here, but no, I have not heated it up. I've had it kind of like in case I needed it. Or in this case, well, again, I have a grill. So I'd say we're doing pretty good here. Yeah, my favorite is whatever is on special. Yes, exactly. I mean, every so often, even today with prices going up, every so often they still have chicken on sale at 99 cents a pound. So I make sure to stock up when I see that. In fact, I've got a whole chicken in the freezer right now that I bought a few days ago at 99 cents a pound. So I'm definitely looking forward to making that hopefully by this weekend. Yeah, that big reversible griddle. Yes, once again, and because this thing is in use and it's got a lot of grease in it now, I cannot turn it over. But look on my website or just look online for pictures of the Lodge Sportsman deep fryer or even the BSR Sportsman deep fryer, and you'll see pictures of that and the grill cover, which, as you can see, is working pretty darn good. I can probably just keep on flipping it until it's done. Ooh, I like this one. Nice. But yeah, I also like the fact that this is a simple recipe. It's like if anybody like me is still an amateur at this grilling stuff, I mean, this is actually a pretty good way to get started. This is a no-brainer recipe here. It's easy to do. It's not expensive. And really, I mean, if this thing tastes even half as good as it smells, I know this is going to be terrific. Nonetheless, though, I also know that this is nowhere near done, but I figure I might as well give it a try anyway, especially since this is dark meat. But let's see what we have for a temperature so far. So far, well, believe it or not, we're already up to 125 degrees. Really? Yeah, 120. Boy, this is going to be faster than I thought. Man, 126. Okay, I am very, very surprised. What can I say? It's cast iron. It is really cooking the heck out of this chicken here. I mean, I didn't think it would be that far already, but wow. So this is definitely not going to take very long. Nice. Anyway, who knows? I mean, maybe if this inspires somebody to try to make chicken in their kitchen, well, that's good too, because I love chicken and I love the idea that people are making and eating chicken. They're not even paying me to say that, although I am getting grease all over the stove top, which is also no surprise. I mean, after all, I'm doing this pretty much the way you do it on the grill. And rather than dripping down into the coals, it's all collecting here. So after this chicken is done, I'm definitely going to have to, whoops, I should have basted it a little bit more. After this chicken is done, I am definitely going to have to drain this before I get to the next few pieces. But yeah, this is going a lot faster than I thought. That's all right. Bone in size, absolutely bone in size. I've been eating chicken on the bone or off the bone my entire life, ever since I can remember. I've never had a problem eating chicken on the bone, and I'm glad about that. Likewise with skin, likewise dark meat and chicken with the skin on. I inherited a love of chicken from my mom, and I know I've told that story before. My mom was a chicken fanatic, in that she'd often said that she could have chicken 7 days a week. And her favorite part were the thighs as well, because these things are just so, well, they're tasty. And dark meat, of course, is almost impossible to burn or dry out. So you really can't go wrong with this, that's for sure. All right, we'll do one more flip, I think. Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice indeed. You know, I should get a picture of this already, because this would make a pretty good cover photo, more accurate than the cover photo that's on this video already. Anyway, Val, you've been trying to find an oven at the thrift. Do you mean, are you looking for an oven or a Dutch oven? I mean, there are, of course, many places to find a Dutch oven, too. Yeah, here we go. Just taking a picture. This looks pretty good, actually. So we're off to a decent start there. Debbie, feeling better than last week. Well, that's good. Hello, Joe Moore. You're at work? Well, okay. At least if you see this chicken at work, I guess maybe it might inspire you to, I don't know, make some chicken when you get home, or at least get some chicken on the way home if you can't do that. Because this is actually, like I said, I like the way this thing is turning out. I mean, take a look at this. This way, there we go. So yeah, this is doing pretty good. And this is really, as I said, this is a no-brainer. I mean, even though I said for many times, for many years, I used to say I couldn't cook to save my life, I've since learned that this cooking stuff is easy, easy peasy. Most of it is anyway, so at least the part that matters. But let's check ourselves some temperature. Oops, it would help if I could see it. Now, this doesn't seem to have changed. Interesting. Maybe it's hitting a plateau. Right now, we're still showing about 130, even though that's what it was showing before. 120, 124. Okay, so we'll just keep on going. Because I've learned to trust the thermometer more than pretty much any other method. There we go. That means I'll be able to baste it again. Nice. Oh yeah. Got a lot of yellow flame underneath, but I think that's because really just because of all the grease dripping down. So definitely, when this chicken is ready, I'm definitely going to have to drain this. Fortunately, I made sure to get out a metal container for that. Gotta be careful. In fact, I'll have to remember that once I take this chicken off, before I take this greasy pan off, I'm going to turn off the heat. I really don't want a grease fire, that's for sure. Good reason, use my Wagner grill pan. Mine is light as a feather. I move that thing all over the place. All right, yeah, feel free to talk about your cast iron, folks. I mean, again, that's what we're here for. We're here for the cast iron, and I'm very much enjoying this grill cover. But I mean, so here's a question I'll throw out to you folks. I mean, how do you make chicken? I mean, do you grill it? Do you bake it? Do you fry it? Um, Especially since summer is here, as you know. And again, the 4th of July is only a little more than a week away, and everybody is doing some outdoor cooking. I'm sure a lot of people make chicken because it's cheap. Yeah, minutes on the front porch, look at next minutes out in the back. You can drain some now with a spoon. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Thank you for the suggestion. Let's dig out a spoon, shall we? This one looks pretty good. Got to be careful. In fact, I should move this over a little bit. Although this looks like it's going kind of slow, quite frankly. I'm really not picking up more than a couple of drops like this. Oh, I've got an idea. Thank you for the idea, but let's see, where is it? Here it is. How about the old turkey baster? Yeah, and in fact, this is a turkey baster with a flavor injector tip. But yeah, there's an idea. Just got to be careful. There we go. Yes. Oh, ow. Yeah. Okay. Hot grease. But it worked. I didn't get the grease on me. It just, I'm holding a metal container. So, but yeah, we've got all this grease already. So thank you for the suggestion. It'll probably help to keep this chicken, get this chicken cooked better as well. Just remember, don't hold this thing from the bottom when you're putting hot grease into it. Try again. There we go. There we go. Off to a start anyway. Still, this is looking nice. As I said, this is my first time making Cornell chicken. I will definitely say it's not going to be the last. Man. All right. Don't burn yourself. Yeah, exactly. Got to be careful here. But now that we've done that, let's check our temperature once again. So as I said, folks, okay, now we're getting a little better. Now it says 145. This one says 156. Well, it is slowly climbing. 153 and 155, or 147 to 150. Okay. All right. Well, we are getting there. Probably not going as fast as I thought, largely because, again, this is all in open air here, as opposed to an enclosed grill, or a grill even where you could put the top down. That's one thing I don't have. I suppose I could actually dig out the fish fryer and put it on top, upside down. But really, that would be kind of awkward and very messy. So we'll just have patience. Besides, there's plenty of time. Okay, and I can see that this marinade is definitely this sauce is definitely going to last. So I will not have to save the extra marinade. So we are still doing pretty good here. Oh yeah, the other key ingredient. I forgot an egg. Besides the oil and the spices, it also uses an egg in here. And apparently, the egg is really what kind of brings it all together and helps it to coat the chicken. So yeah, if you look up the recipe, you will definitely see that. All right. So we're not doing too badly. Chicken, stir-fried veggies, and a cast iron wok is the way I roll. Well, that sounds pretty good to me, cast iron fanatic. I've done chicken stir fries. Definitely need to do another one soon. In fact, um, so that's not a bad plan. Anybody else here have a cast iron grill? Yeah, in this crowd, that would be like pretty much asking uh, Elvis fans, has anybody here heard Jailhouse Rock? But well, there's a question, I guess. Let's bring it up as well. Need a lid on it too, Val. And besides, with the way this chicken is definitely, this chicken is shrinking too. So I'd say we must be getting close to the point at this point. So let's turn it over one more time. But yeah, look at this. Boy, the skin is definitely looking done, that's for sure. Nice. All right. Yeah, I mean, really, one more time. Check out the skin here. Not bad at all. That would go good with red tequila. I have a square grill pan from Cracker Barrel, my very first piece of cast iron. Well, congratulations on that. I hope you've been able to get some use out of it. If not, well, maybe this might inspire you to get some use. Because I'm liking how this chicken is looking. Which means once again I'm gonna have to check the temperature, see if anything's improved. 159, 63, 65. Okay, we are getting to the point. 62, 61, finally. But 65. Since this is dark meat, I like to try taking up to a little higher, like maybe 175 to 180. So we're not quite done yet, although we are getting close, which means I get to baste it and turn it over one more time. There we go. Yeah, since the sauce or this marinade has egg in it, I definitely am gonna have to turn it over one more time. I'd be lying if I said I was not worried about doing that with mine. Yeah. Still, I don't think we're off to a bad start here. And what's more, this is definitely helping to season or re-season this pan too. Oh my good grief, I'm getting grease all over the place though. Ooh, oh well. That's the downside of doing this indoors, of course, and that's why a lot of people doing it outdoors. I mean, you don't have to worry as much about cleaning up the mess outdoors. Well, especially since I live by myself, I'll just be the one cleaning it up. Nonetheless, you gotta be getting close now. All right, here we go again. Gotta be careful with this. There we go. Yeah, this is probably safer than trying to pick up this whole thing and drain it. On the other hand, we're actually getting a fair amount of grease on the stove top here. I definitely have to be careful. I don't want a grease fire. My fire extinguisher is within reach. Hopefully I will never need it. Maybe if I carefully go around the edges here, carefully, as I said, I don't want this thing to catch on fire. There we go. And I'll throw this out. Okay. I have a plastic turkey baster. It would melt instantly. Well, yeah, that is, I do have to admit, that is why I took the time to find myself a turkey baster that wasn't plastic. I remember that, in fact. I went out looking really for a glass turkey baster, and I actually came across this thing here at Bed Bath and Beyond, and I saw it, and it was a metal turkey baster. And what's more, again, it came with this little screw-on flavor injector. In fact, you actually screw it onto the bottom here like this. And when I did that, when I saw this, yeah, I figured this would be the one for me. And so far, it has served me well. What's more, I've actually managed, I have not lost the flavor injector yet, the tip. So I guess I'm not doing too badly. There we go. But yeah, I've learned as well the hard way. There are some things in the kitchen. I mean, even though a lot of people use plastic utensils, there are some things in the kitchen that really should not be plastic, like turkey basters or measuring spoons and measuring cups, for instance. Even though everybody always has a drawer full of those things, but really getting a metal measuring cup instead of measuring cups is much better. I shall and will fulfill my obligation. I do have a Wagner round griddle. Oh, nice. That's a football inflator. Yeah, well, except that it would take a long time, and I don't know if I can put the pressure in to inflate a football. But hopefully by now, we should be at the point. And in fact, my oven range stand has just turned on. 150, 160, 66, 68, 69, 70. Okay, I'd say we're probably at about the point by now. 171, 172. Try it over here. 60, 61. That should be right. This one says 68, 69, 70. Yeah, these things are all hitting about 170. This one's still not. All right. This will be the last one for this batch. I'll give this one last shot. And then we will go from there. Okay, the iron is definitely hot enough in the way this thing is smoking. Oh yeah, look at this. This has to be the last time, in fact. I think I'm really at the point where starting to, let's say, blacken the skin. So this is definitely going to be it. Just about another minute and we're done. I think he's got about even here. Oh yeah, the smell. I am enjoying the smell here, especially since I'm really on kind of an eating regimen and I'm not going to be able to chow down all this chicken. I am really basking in the smell, that's for sure. Oh, few things better than grilling chicken. Well, there are things better than grilling chicken, but grilling chicken is still fantastic. There's my chicken. What are you going to eat, CIC? Well, I'll have a piece at least. I mean, that's all I can do. Okay. But there we go. There's our starter, at least. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice. 4 pieces of chicken. Not a bad start. And I have 4 more pieces to go yet. But at this point, I think I should take a bit of a breather because, yeah, as I said, I've got grease all over the place here. So I've got to do something to clean some of this up before we get much further. Careful. There we go. That helps a little bit. Yeah, I can see I'm going to have to pretty much, kind of like, I think I'm going to have to run some dish soap over the stovetop after this is done and after it cools down, that is. Ooh, because this thing is definitely hot with a capital H. In fact, out of curiosity, maybe I should turn off the burners, in fact, for a moment. Because I'm curious. Let's see what the iron is getting to right now. The iron is showing 550, 571 degrees. Well, that's nice, at least. It is definitely not anywhere near the point where the iron's going to be damaged. So we are still doing pretty good. Oh, I can even see the laser here in the smoke. But it's definitely hot enough, that's for sure. Hey, I prefer chicken over beef. There wouldn't be leftovers. Don't burn your arm. Yeah, no, so far I've been fine here. Maybe put some aluminum foil down. I wish I had thought of that. You are right. I should really have put aluminum foil all around here before I started this tonight, but I did not even think of it. And so it's too late now, which means I will just have to deal with the consequences. Oh well, then I will deal with the consequences. Right now, doing my best here to try clean up some of this extra grease. Anyway, so far, I mean, granted, I haven't tasted it yet, but so far, I'm liking this Cornell chicken. Of course, I am not worried at all because, again, with a marinade of apple cider vinegar, um, oh, and chicken and poultry rub, I have no doubt at all that this thing is going to taste fantastic. So there's a reason why this recipe, of course, took the nation by storm. Again, this was like in the 50s or so. Yet, I would bet a fair number of people have probably never heard of Cornell chicken anymore. Largely because, well, number one, because a lot of people don't cook these days. And number two, because there are all of these other things you can get at the store naturally. And granted, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Oops. Oh, great. Oh, man. Okay, that's my other smoke detector. Good grief. That's my upstairs smoke detector. All right, give me just 1 second here. All right. See, I have no choice, but holy cow. All right. Sorry about this, folks. Okay, let's change this around. Oh, boy. There we go. All right. I know. Shut up. All right, let's do this for the moment. I hope I don't regret this. Ah. There we go. Okay. All All right. Okay. Sorry about all that, folks. But at least, if nothing else, I can say I'm glad I turned off the oven. Yeah, I turned off the range here before I did that. All right, what happened was it seems like on my upstairs is full of smoke right now. Apparently, all of the smoke actually got upstairs where my bedroom and my offices are and set off the smoke detector up there. Wow, I can't say, I don't think I've ever had that happen before. Maybe the next time I make Cornell chicken like this, maybe I should do it outside. There's a concept for you, but I apologize for the delay. Anyway, so far so good. Let's do this. Get rid of the rest of this. Boy, making those other 4 pieces of chicken are going to be an adventure, aren't they? Shit, that's for sure. All right. Sorry about that. Is the iron still got fire under it? No, I turned off the stove top before I went upstairs. So yeah. Open the windows and doors. Well, yeah, actually, you're right. I should indeed open the door. I did not think of that. The kitchen door is right here, so let's open that up right now. Hopefully, that'll get a little bit more circulation in here. Mobley, meanwhile, is outside lounging around in the grass. Okay, so yeah, you wanted chaos. Looks like you got chaos. However, I can definitely feel that right now there's a breeze coming in from the outside. So I think we're going to be good. Anyway, okay, my Cornell chicken recipe came from Cooks County, a little bit different. Cooks Country, a little bit different. Well, I'm sure people have modified it. And besides, it's actually a public domain recipe anyway. Um, so anybody can really pretty much add what they want to it. Does anybody even remember Fibber McGee? You mean the guy on the George Burns show with the closet? No, never heard of him. Does your recipe involve a smoke detector? Well, you know how that goes, Rick Stumbow. It's like if half of your recipes involve the smoke detector going off, you might have cast ironitis. So yeah, that was definitely an adventure. And what's more, once I clean up a little bit more of this grease, we'll be getting into part 2 of this adventure. Actually, here's hoping that with my door open, the smell of the chicken might actually encourage one of my neighbors to drop by. Because if any of my neighbors drop by, they will get themselves some chicken. There we go. All right. That was fun. Thank you again for your patience as always, folks. Mobley ran to stop, drop, and roll. Well, yeah, she right now is just busy lounging around on the grass. She's like a loaf. You know how cats go in a loaf position. She's loafing around. Okay. And happy festival solstice. Well, there you go. In fact, I've just had a fire festival for the solstice, Terry Sinchef. How about that? My shower steam sets mine off. Well, all right, time for some ceiling bowls. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, New England Vermonter. Okay, let's see what else we have. This is the yeah, actually, okay. No fire trucks coming, thank goodness. So, and things are still under control, fortunately, because despite all this, I'm glad things are still under control. Tornado came by my house. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, Pawpaw Dan. No electricity until Monday at dinner. Wow. Well, congrats. Oh, I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I guess that's about the best I can say. All right, let me do one more thing. Try to clean up maybe a little bit of this stuff. Oh, yeah, actually, while we're here, I think I will show something that a lot of people ask about when it comes to cleaning cast iron. And I need to very quickly dig out a piece of aluminum foil. Here it is. Now, folks, a lot of people, one of the big questions people I've seen on the cast iron cooking group and a lot of other people, namely, it's like the question is, how do I clean my grill pan? How do I clean, between the ridges of the grill pan? I just can't get to them. Well, here is one way that can be done. I mean, besides the fact that I have a chainmail scrubber and it works great on grill pans and just about everything else. Here's one thing you can do. Take yourself a piece of aluminum foil. Just roughly crumple it into a ball. And hold on, I got to get because this thing is hot, I've got to get one of these. And so when you clean your grill pan, all you have to do is press down and there you go. So that is an easy way to clean a cast iron grill pan. Just all you need is one sheet of aluminum foil. So there, I hope that helps a little bit. Nonetheless, I don't believe you, Corey. I have a Fibber McGee closet with all the things I don't use every day. Yeah. Everybody, okay, yeah, okay, well, yeah, good luck, Papa Dan. Hope everything's doing okay. But you know what? I think it's time to turn the flame back on and let's get down to chicken number 2. How about that? Let's get this done with. Let me see. It looks like there's still some more grease in the pan though. So while this thing's heating up, I think I will keep trying to drain it as best as I can. All I need is patience more than anything else. Little by little. Anyway, so far, the first half of this show, I hope, has been interesting because, as usual, I've had a lot of smoke. I've had some chicken. I've had my smoke detector go off again. And yes, you folks have given some good advice. Namely, I should have laid down some aluminum foil before starting this tonight, as well as just that. The idea of draining the grease out of this. So I'm hoping at least this is helpful for other folks because I'm certainly finding it to be helpful as well. So thanks to everybody for your advice. And of course, thanks again to Dr. Robert Baker of Cornell University for, well, of course, this Cornell chicken recipe right now, naturally, and for everything else he did. As I mentioned, he, as I said, was the inventor of chicken nuggets. And apparently, along with chicken nuggets, he came up with a way for getting the breading to stick to the chicken. And especially because this was a university, at first it was not copyrighted. At first, apparently they've since trademarked it. And McDonald's stole the idea right away. So yeah, McDonald's chicken nuggets, they are apparently based on, at least partially, based upon the recipe for chicken nuggets that Dr. Baker came up with. Let's get some more on the sides here. There we go. I can only hope that you never see the day when I accidentally set myself on fire here in my kitchen. That would be interesting. Ha ha ha. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to be tonight. All right. Terry Sinchef, I got a large casserole pan for Father's Day. What should I cook first? Well, that casserole pan is just the right size to cook, say, a lasagna for one. Good Dollar Tree stiff toothbrush is a lifesaver. Yeah, you know what else they sell at Dollar Tree? I've seen them for the last couple of years. They've got these grill cleaners that would work great on grill pans too. You know, the kind that looks like a paintbrush roller. It's got a handle and the two sides that go out, and you've got wire brushes all along the roller. And that really, you've seen them. I've seen them at Dollar Tree and at Dollar General and the like. And that's well, at least your hair won't catch on fire. Well, that is certainly true. Yes. Hopefully not my arm hair. Lasagna and brownie both sound really good. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. And no, I don't mind the bald jokes, honestly. I mean, why should I? I mean, I intentionally cut off my hair in 2011, and I've enjoyed the look. So at least it's not another Walter White comment. But anyway, yeah. So there are a number of things. Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking of. Okay, well, the best I could say is I'm sure you'll get a lot of use out of that casserole, Rick. Rick? No, Terry. I'm sorry, Terry. My apologies. I don't buy new. I just use the old ones. Oh, good. And this thing's already starting to smoke up again. So we are almost getting to the point where we can do part two of our Cornell chicken. Okay, so I've been busy talking again and again about this grill pan, doing a little bit about grill pans. And again, congratulations to, Terry, Terry as well. Good thing that the jokes aren't hair raising. Yeah, in that case, I'm in trouble. But anybody else, I mean, feel free to mention your grills and your cast iron as well, because as I said before, I encourage a conversation of that kind. It's part of what makes this channel interesting, more so probably than just sitting here watching smoke coming off of a piece of cast iron. Let's see. I figure we are at 439. This one says 386. So, although apparently this hotspot here may be already 450, 457. All right, in about another minute or so, we'll be ready for part two of our indoor grilling. Yeah, indoor grilling, such a great idea. Look at all the grease I'm getting all over everything. Look, listen to my smoke detector going off. Boy, what a great idea I had for doing this. Well, it's for your entertainment. And at least I haven't set my stovetop on fire again, nor do I intend to. Honestly, was the fish fryer and grill lid combo made to go with the Sportsman grill itself? Yes, they were, as a matter of fact. Let me see. The Sportsman grill, the BSNR Sportsman grill, it did actually all of those parts they have been producing really since they first released the Sportsman grill, which I believe was like in the 1940s, maybe even 1930s. But yeah, besides the grill itself, the fish fryer did come with it right from the very beginning. The original fish fryer from BSNR did not have a lid. They only started producing the lid after they upgraded their entire facility, with Dysa automatic production in the 1960s. And then they started producing a whole bunch of things, including lids for their fish fryers. Furthermore, as you know, when they went to Dysa manufacturing automated production, they changed the design of the fish fryer as well, because the original one, like this, had had rectangular handles. This one is not hot. I can put my hand on it. Had rectangular handles, and then the newer one, like this one, had rounded handles. What's more, the dimensions were very, very slightly different, because in fact, this grill cover does not fit quite right on this older fish fryer. I've tried. There is just maybe a fraction of an inch difference, so that the rim of this cover does not fit snugly on the fish fryer. So they actually did change it around a little bit, meaning that this grill cover only works with the relatively newer fish fryer that BSR produced, and also with the Lodge fish fryer. When BSNR went out of business in 1993, and yeah, I finally learned that the actual date was in January of 1993, was when they declared bankruptcy. Of course, a number of their designs were passed on to Lodge as part of a debt settlement, and that included the Sportsman grill and the Sportsman fish fryer, which, as we know, Lodge continued to make, and it proved to be very popular. They continued producing the Sportsman grill right up until only a couple of years ago, when they finally redesigned it and started producing the newer Sportsman grill. The fish fryer and the deep fryer both of which they continued producing for about 10 years, but they finally discontinued them about 2002. And that's a shame because these are really, really useful pieces of cast iron too. I love my shallow fish fryer. You've seen my videos where I have done a lot of cooking in this, and I'll be doing more cooking in it. So it would be nice if Lodge were to one of these days reintroduce that. Meanwhile, Asian cast iron manufacturers, they have in fact produced their own what they call oval roasters, which are essentially the same thing. All right, I think we are getting, we're about done with the talking, and now it's time for part two of the grilling. So let's throw on a little bit more of this chicken, shall we? And yeah, I can see I've got plenty of the marinade left, so I'm not going to have to I'm not going to have to save the extra marinade. Because it has a lot of oil in it, I'm just simply going to throw out the entire bag. But here we go again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we are. Yeah, that's a lot of liquid. Now I have to wash my hands again because, again, I got oil all over my hands. Still, I'm not complaining because, yeah, right from the start, the smell of that is fantastic. But here we go again. We're off to another start. Never heard of a comal before. Oh yeah, a comal. That's just a Mexican name for a griddle. Now, of course, they're mostly made for making things like tortillas. But yeah, that's basically what a comal is. I have a comal, but I'm probably going to be getting rid of it now because, well, I acquired that Wagner #9 griddle, which is bigger than the comal. So what am I going to do with the comal? I've already decided that sometime in the next month, I'm going to get a I'm going to get a stand at my local flea market for at least one day. I'm going to sell a bunch of pieces from my collection because my collection is too freaking big. So I definitely have to trim it down some. So I am going to get rid of some of my pieces and sell them off. And I'm going to do it as well at prices that probably, you would never find them in an antique mall. In that, I'm going to do things like maybe say for $20 or so, I have a BSR Century #8, for instance. Probably I have a Wagner #8 as well, and I might sell that for $20 as well. Because I want to get rid of them. I'm not really interested in making a gigantic profit off of it. All right. Trivet Kitty, I do not know. Anyway, Corey Clark, fry chicken fish. Now I am hearing, apparently there is something coming. But I don't think it's, no, that's not for me. It looks like an ambulance apparently has stopped. In fact, let me step out for 1 second just to be sure. Um, Nope, there's definitely something else going on. Looks like it's about 2 houses from me, an ambulance has stopped. Ouch. Well, I hope it's nothing too bad. That's about all I can say. Okay, another cat in the house. Give a heads up, please, so we can plan on a road trip. Yeah, I will. I will do that. But yeah, no, it's not a fire truck. It's an ambulance. So actually, it's not good news for one of my neighbors. I'm sorry to say. But especially since I now have chicken on this grill, I can't leave. I mean, no way can I leave this thing unsupervised. I'm not that stupid. So, having said all that, let's start turning things over. Oh man, nice start, that's for sure. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hey, yeah. Ooh, we go. Off to a decent start. It looks like I already have to start draining some of this oil though. So let's be careful. Yeah, I'm sure even you heard that. I've got to be careful here. I really do not want one of those lovely, they call them love kisses, when the oil spits. Just have to take my time and be careful. About all I can do. Still, this has been fun so far. Anyway, did you give them some food? Yeah. No, I will honestly say it's not because of my cooking either. So, no, I did not poison my neighbors. I did make a giant cookie for my neighbor's kids, but they live in a different house. All right, what am I gonna do? Meatloaf in that? I'm gonna do a meatloaf in that shallow one. Oh, that sounds good. I have more grease splatter scars on my arms. Yeah, exactly. It's like we've got all these war wounds here. Anytime we can all get together and show off our battle scars. That's definitely what we do. All the times we've been burned from cooking, just because, well, it happens. I mean, if you don't get grease, if you don't get splattered by the grease, you accidentally touch the hot iron or the stove and end up getting a burn that way. You remember that burn I got on my arm like about a month ago or so? It gave me a burn mark. There's actually still a little, very tiny bit of a mark now. It might be permanent even. Who all has burned their hands on cast iron? Well, that answers that, Corey. As you can see, I just showed one of my burns. I believe it was Carl Sagan at Cornell. Carl Sagan was at Cornell. I wonder if he ate Cornell chicken. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I mean, heck, this thing smells so good. I still haven't even tried a piece. Maybe I should actually, if you don't mind, maybe I should try one piece of this chicken because I can't resist. So here is my Cornell chicken, and let's numb it. Mm, 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 mm. Nice. Mm. Ellen is this juicy. I can taste this all throughout the chicken. And yet, it doesn't drown out the chicken. It's definitely chicken. The marinade definitely enhances it, but does not smother it. Wow, for such a simple recipe, man! Oh man, I'm enjoying this. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. I have not burned myself tonight, but boy, it would be worth it just for this chicken. Wow. Mm. All right, folks. I'm giving a thumbs up to this recipe because not only is it easy, not only is it dirt cheap, this chicken is delicious. Oh, mm. 70s style riff, huh? I don't suppose you're talking about the kind of riff we heard in movies like, oh, I don't know, Deep Throat. Deep Throat? What are you talking about? I don't know. Mm. But yes, that was good. Mm. Okay. Bow chicka wow wow. Mm. Oh, I certainly feel that way too. Man. Mm. Okay, enough talking. Let us coat some chicken, shall we? That was so good. Okay, like I said, folks, if you have never tried this, I am recommending it. As I said already, this is some really good chicken. It is not your Texas nuclear barbecue. This is something different. It is, but like I said, it's easy, and the vinegar taste while it definitely gives a tiny bit of tang to it, again, it does not drown out the chicken. Hmm. So even if you don't have a vinegar fetish like I do, I can definitely recommend this. This is some pretty dang darn damn good chicken. Hmm. I wish my neighbors did drop by. Seriously, because this is more chicken than I can eat. Oh yeah. But I am not complaining. So far, as I said, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Well, of course, this is practically a no-fail recipe. That is, of course, unless I burn the chicken. But, and that is one reason why grilling is so popular, because again, it's practically foolproof. Of course, saying that, okay, I'll say foolproof or not idiot proof, because, I'm an idiot and I would find a way to mess it up. But as I said, I am very, 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 very much enjoying this. Maybe I'll try getting another photo now, compared with with the other photos. See if this is any better. Mm, there we go. I'm gonna have to try this on the weekend. Yeah, I don't think you will regret it. Leftover chicken is the best. Yeah, exactly. You put it in the fridge, you've got cold chicken, which is almost as good as hot chicken. Mm. But Craig Werner, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I can only say that because I'm not disappointed. Hold on, what's happening now? Oh, great. Don't tell me one of those other cats is visiting again. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, yeah, that cat again. Okay. Let me tell you some of the drama that's been happening with with Miss Mobley. I mean, yeah, I know I'm still mourning for trouble, but right now, Miss Mobley, unfortunately, she's been bullied by the neighborhood cat. You see, she does not fight, and the other cats have learned this. So, the neighborhood cats have been sneaking in through the cat door and eating her food. I have literally had to watch her food day and night to be sure the other cats don't get it. And so far, I've been pretty successful. But for the last 3 nights now, at about this time of night, at about 9 o'clock at night now, a cat has come into our yard and even tried to get into the cat door, who looks like Trouble did. It's a tuxedo cat. It is definitely not Trouble though. That cat looks like he's about 1 year old. Trouble was and Miss Mobley were 3 years old right now. So that's definitely not him. That cat is also timid, and Trouble was not timid. So, uh, but this is the third night in a row that cat has come by at about this time of night. No, all I can do is keep an eye on it. So yeah, so that's my drama. Okay, what happened to Trouble? Well, I'm sorry to say, he went out at night and just never came back. Um, this was in the beginning of May, in fact, May 8th, a Monday night. Quite literally, I mean, the cats, both of them, and Miss Mobley still is, have been running in and out of the house all day. They loved it. They loved going outside. And Trouble was enjoying himself. And quite frankly, that night, um, he went out. I went to bed, and that was it. He never came back, unfortunately. After a couple of days, I started posting on Craigslist, Facebook, put up lost cat notices, visited the local shelters and animal control in my neighborhood. Nothing. I got one stupid text from a pet scammer. You know, the kind who said, "Is there a reward?" Well, I want to deposit on the reward. Yeah, well, F you. I sent a text to him saying, "F you." So I still am heartbroken about that. My brothers, in fact, have been coming down on me for that. They say I should have kept the cats indoors for the rest of their lives. I couldn't do that, only because the cats had already transitioned to becoming outdoor cats last year. And Trouble really had been pawing at the windows and meowing. He really, really wanted to go out. And they loved going out. And like I said, Miss Mobley still loves going out. So I just couldn't do that to them. And that's really about the only excuse I have. So I guess in a way it is my fault, or in that I contributed to it. That even that, I'm still not going to regret letting the cats out. And that's my story, and that's about it. And I hope that's about the only sad story I tell on this channel for a long time. So, because I'm not here to upset people any more than I was trying to upset people with my politics posts the last couple of weeks. All right, enough of that. Here we are again with part 2 of our Cornell chicken. I'm going to do one last basting, turn it over again. And yeah, that's the other thing. This is dark meat, although I got to be careful not to burn the skin. But it's almost, but it's very difficult, if not impossible, to burn the inside. And furthermore, um, it's almost impossible to dry out dark meat. In fact, I think I'll move these around a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's what I should have done before. These on the inside and these on the outside where more heat is. There we go. All right. Cats don't come into their own until they get outside. Yeah, exactly. You can't hold your pets in captivity. I know. That, of course, is another long and controversial and emotional subject. So I'm not going to say anymore. Yeah, as you said, they were happy cats. So okay. Meanwhile, Miss Mobley is still enjoying herself, and if anything, she's been really coming out of her shell the last couple of weeks. All I have to do is watch her food because she doesn't fight. She sits there, and I've seen her. She sits there and she hisses, and the cats come right up to her and they go right past her and go to her food. She just doesn't fight. Oh well. So that just means I'll have to watch her and take care of her, which is what I enjoy doing. Okay. One more time, Cornell chicken, folks, here on a cast iron grill top, and it's definitely seasoned, that's for sure. In fact, it's got so much grease on it now that really, it's like when I wash this thing off, this thing has got to be nice and black again. So we're doing pretty good in that respect. All right. And here we go. As you can see, there's still plenty of this marinade. So that's good to know. You know, it doesn't require a lot of marinade. You know, as opposed to say your typical bottled barbecue sauce. How many times can you grill with one bottle of barbecue sauce in the store? Twice, maybe? It just seems to go by so fast. Whereas this marinade, good grief, it's like I could easily do another, I don't know, at least another 8 or 10 pieces of chicken with this marinade. Man, the mystery solved. Yeah, exactly. Cats can get really bored being stuck indoors. Yeah, I know. Okay. But other than that, anyway, I've mentioned a little bit, as I said, about the Sportsman fish fryer. And it really would be nice if Lodge were to re-release that at some point. Maybe even a newer model of it for their Sportsman grill, their new Sportsman grill. Either way, though, as I mentioned, cast iron manufacturers do make these so-called oval roasters. So if you want to get one brand new, you can do so from Amazon, of course, and other online retailers. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want one that's made in America, you're just going to have to look. You're going to have to go on the hunt or go on eBay and shell out ridiculous amounts of money, as usual. I mean, these days on eBay, this lid alone would probably sell for more than $100. And in most instances, I do not recommend paying those kind of prices for it. I recommend going on the hunt and being patient, which means you may never find one, though. So then it becomes your decision. But that's how the hunt goes, of course. On the other hand, on the hunt, you can always end up finding something you did not expect to find. So that is, of course, is why they call it a treasure hunt. But I'm going through these paper towels too, trying to mop up all this grease before it gets out of control here. However, I really should have thought of laying down the aluminum foil first. You are completely right about that. And those recipes don't even mention it either. Well, that's because they're mostly meant for outdoor grilling. The thrill of the hunt. Yes, exactly. Hunts are more rewarding. Especially since when I set up my flea market stand, in fact, hopefully some people who are on the hunt will find something that they might consider useful. I certainly hope so. Anyway, do this again. And yeah, grilling is fun, which of course is one reason why people do it. This is very relaxing. Especially having all you folks here as well to talk with. So thank you again for that. All right. So far, so good. Let's do the flipperoni again. Yeah, the chicken is shrinking, so we must be getting close. I haven't even checked the temperature of this chicken yet. All right, which means let's check it. See how we're doing now. And what we have so far, 138, 144, don't want to hit a bone. 114, yeah, so we're running about 140, which means we still have a ways to go. This one says 157. Huh. Yeah, this one does say. Now let me make sure again I'm not hitting a bone. 168, 166, 167. Wow. For some reason, this one isn't, but the other three are actually getting pretty close to done. Nice. All right. Amazing how we can just be minding our business and out it pops calling our names. Yeah, exactly. That's cast iron finds me. Yeah, that's what they say. You know how they say in Harry Potter, the wand finds you? Well, you can definitely say that on the hunt for cast iron too. The cast iron finds you. Because yeah, the hubby married me for my gravy skills. I'd like to try your gravy. But yeah, that's just it. I mean, the best finds almost always happen when you don't expect them. Could be at a flea market, could be in an antique mall, could be in a garbage dump. You could stumble across a yard sale where somebody has something incredible. You could the gifted cast iron, quite literally. You know, like my mom died and she left all her cast iron here, and I don't cook, so here you can have some of it. It's happened, so you never know. Yeah, I'm a sucker for gravy. I realized something. Hello, Melanchola One. Oh, oh, that would be like melancholy. What did you realize? Go ahead and tell us. Hi, the cast iron chooses to cook. Yeah, you had that one on the edge of the grill. That's probably why it did not cook at the same rate, I suppose. There we go, and we're getting close again. Little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. There we go. And we are actually getting close to it. Wow, we're really getting to that time too. It's already 20 past 9. Nice. Which means this should be done just in time. I didn't, once again, the time seems to have flown by. I hope you folks weren't too bored watching all of this delicious chicken cook. I mean, yeah, look at this now. Oh, man. We're getting to just about that point here. You see the skin is definitely browned. Much more in the skin will start to burn, but we're not at that point yet. I'd say we're definitely hitting the sweet spot here. Well, I do my best. I do my best, Terry, and thank you for that. I can see no show. The cast iron whisperer go from town to town looking for cast. Mine already has been claimed by my nephew. That's how it goes. Great inheritance, LT. Let me scroll back as well. Ladies seem to like my gravy too. Cast iron cookware is heavy. This guy never has to go to the gym. Well, there is that, yeah. No, I did not go to the gym. I did, however, sign up for a weight loss regimen a couple of months ago, because regrettably I was living the lazy man's life, and it was starting to show. However, I'm not doing too badly at this point. I won't bore you with the details, but I am doing pretty good. I have been walking 10K steps every day, and according to my walking app, I've currently 32 days in a row of doing that. So there's a start. And at this rate, I will reach my target weight hopefully by the middle of August. So again, I'm doing pretty good there. Lifting all this cast iron certainly helps. Pumping cast iron, yes. Also, not gorging down on all this chicken. I mean, I'm making 8 pieces of chicken. I've eaten 1. So that's how I should stick with it. All right. Sorry, it's part of it. Some have been passed down for generations. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I built my collection from scratch. I was lucky enough to inherit some of it from my parents, but yeah, once I go, I'm definitely gonna have to find ways for my collection to pass on too. That's true. However, a lot of you folks are luckier than I am in that you probably have been cooking with cast iron your whole lives, and hopefully your kids will be too. Hmm. Especially since this cast iron, of course, should last forever as long as we take care of it. Even this piece here, which was made by Lodge in the 1990s, and the 1990s are not as new as they used to be, which means that this piece here now can be anywhere from maybe 22 years old to about 32. So yeah, we're even getting to the point where this lid here from the 1990s can even be called vintage. All right, let's check our temperature, because I figure we're getting close to that point. This skin is good and crisp now. 151, 158, 159, 160. Boy, it's still not getting there. This one, on the other hand, says 160. Well, yeah, I had moved these as well. This one says 167, 165. All right, one more flip, and then I think we'll be calling it a night. Because there we go. This is Cornell chicken, as I've said. Which, this is my first time trying this recipe. It will not be my last time trying this recipe because, like I said already, I am liking the results. Not the least of which is that it's cheap and easy to make. Whether you're cooking for family or cooking for a crowd. I cooked for a crowd about a week or so ago, and boy, did I enjoy that. But I could see the next time I cook for a crowd, I'm definitely going to have to consider Cornell chicken. Mm, so lucky to have your mother. Yeah. Congratulations on that. My mom passed away, unfortunately, 3 years ago in 2020. And in fact, her birthday is the day after tomorrow, June 23rd. So I make a point on mom's birthday to remember her. And so that means this Friday, in my case, anyway, in my kitchen, I'm going to be cooking up a big pot of pasta with our family recipe for Italian pasta sauce because I like it. All right, one last flip. Because if I remember right, I did coat that about a minute ago, so I have to cook the eggs in that. And then we will be done. You can see this is starting to blacken here, so it's definitely an indication that we are done. In fact, I think it's time to turn off the fire. There we go. Because this iron is certainly hot enough that the chicken will finish cooking even with the flame turned off. And that way I can continue wiping down some of this extra grease here without a risk of it setting on fire. All right, so there we go, folks. So anyway, this was my introduction to Cornell chicken. I'm quite happy with it. As I said, this is another thing that I will recommend. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. I think I just burned my finger on some extra grease. Ouch. Oh well. Anyway, I will still recommend it. Kind of like that time about a month ago when I made Chicago hot dogs and started raving about them. I am going to say that this Cornell chicken is pretty darn good. And I would indeed say, if you've never tried this before, give it a try. I'm certain you will not regret it. Quite certain. So there we go. All right. That means we will get this off right now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Wow. Look at this. Big mound of chicken. Grilled chicken. Indoor grilled chicken. Because I was a fool grilling chicken indoors. Got grease all over my stove, set off the smoke detector. Did not start a fire, so I will take that much credit. That's serious chicken. Yes, indeed. Worth it. Yeah, I think it was worth it. I'm gonna wait, of course, until tomorrow when everything is all completely cool to clean all this grease off, but I will do that. And there we go. Yeah, exactly. Give it a try, Clico. I'm sure you will like it. But we're blessed to have a big family, a cast iron family. Yes, and thank you to, as always, to everybody who's been kind enough to show up here week after week. And thank you to people who have showed up here for the first time. And I hope you liked it. Exactly. I've got plenty of chicken here, so I'm definitely going to have to share it. So, best of all, though, I mean, you can make this, of course, for your family or friends or whoever. And we're getting into that time of the year because, yep, summer is here, and the sun has gone down as we were talking, and well, we are getting into the evening. So, and which means everybody can enjoy their summer. And hello, Midnight Lacey. I hope all is well. Oh yeah, we've just cooked a whole bunch of chicken. In fact, let me give one more shot of that. This is a plate of chicken grilled here on my stovetop on this large grill pan, grill cover. This thing is still dripping in grease, so unfortunately I can't. Well, actually, maybe I'll be stupid again. I think I will put on my heat-resistant oven mitts. First, I will drain off the extra grease over here. There we go. Carefully. Nope, I can't do it. Ow, ow, ow. I'm feeling the heat even through these heat resistant oven mitts. So I cannot, unfortunately, show you the bottom side, or top side rather, of this grill cover. Not now, anyway. But there are plenty of pictures of it online. This is the one with the duck design, too. So cut it open and taste it. Oh, I already tasted it. Yes. I already had a piece of the chicken. I want to reach through the screen, and I don't blame you one bit. That was a good piece of chicken, and I'm gonna have to force myself not to scarf it all down. But that's what we'll do. However, the best way to do that is to really for everybody to just chill now, and let's call it an evening because, well, again, I've enjoyed myself this evening, and I can only hope you folks have. And I wanted, as always, I want to thank everybody here for showing up, like Kimberly Miller, Jimmy Langford, Cynthia Wesley, and RT Scott and Val's Black Cats Rules. And I like seeing you folks here every week, and I like seeing new people showing up as well. So thank you so much. Yeah, especially the upstairs smoke detector. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to make sure the smoke is cleared out upstairs. And but yes, you too. Have a good evening, Pat Z and Four Moore's family and Marcy B and everybody else. Everybody stay safe, definitely, because well, things are happening regrettably, and we've all got to be careful. So yeah, take care of yourselves and take care of one another. And yeah, exactly. My smoke detector deserves a medal. Well, I suppose so. The good news, at least, is that, again, there have not been any real emergencies, and hopefully there never will be. Just got to be careful. So thank you once again, everybody. And thank you for everybody for being here tonight. And we will just continue, and I'll be putting videos out on my channel. And at this time next week, well, we will do it once again. So thank you so much, everyone. And have yourselves a good evening, everybody. So like I like to say every time, for my favorite movie, 2001. Until next time, see you next Wednesday.